Okay, guys, so here comes the important part for today. Here's where I want you to refocus again. Now that you kind of got a general information. I'm going to plug in -4. Now, before today, it was really easy because you would just plug into that equation. But now you have 3 equations. So how are you going to know which one to plug in? Okay, and you can only plug into one of them, and that comes from here, okay, to the one that is true. So we're going to take this -4 and we're going to plug it into these spots. I'm going to do it to this one, to this one, and to this one. And we're going to see which one is true. It's going to only be true in one of them, and it's going to be false in the other 2. Okay? Now, so we can communicate easily. Let's call this Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, and Roman numeral 3. This will be mean we can talk back and forth. Okay? So we're going to test this out. I'm going to do it very slowly, that way, because it's the first one, and then after that, it'll get easier and easier. So let's say I'm going to do it backwards. Okay. Let me test it out on 3 first. Okay. Now, before I continue, we need to make sure that you understand which one means less than, which one means greater than. Just last period, I taught it to this girl one-on-one, and she was like, I can't believe, like, I'm a senior and I just like now got that. Okay, so if you don't know for sure which one's less than, which one is greater than, some of you do, but some of you don't. Here's the fix for that. Okay, just put your 2 hands like this. Everybody do it, that way we don't know who doesn't know. Okay? Just put your 2 hands like this, and you see 2 L's, right? One of them's a backwards L and one of them's a regular L. The regular L, the one that's normal, that's less. L for less. See, L, it's an L. The other one that doesn't make the L, obviously that one's greater. So L for less. Okay, this one is greater. Because if you don't have that, like for sure you're gonna get all your answers backwards. Okay, so here we go. Now, any questions on that, guys? And just do it really discreetly. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna test it out on number 3. Is -4 this compared to 3? What is this, greater or less than? Greater. Now, some of us, okay, just being honest, the students that struggle on this lesson, this is the part they struggle on, okay? Some of you already know the answer. Some of you are not sure. So if you're not sure, and you don't have to raise your hand or nothing, all you have to do is put it on a number line. There's 0, there's 3, there's -4. Everybody here knows number lines. And this says -4 is greater. Greater is like to the right. Less than is to the left. So in simple words, is -4 to the right of 3? No, right? Is -4 greater than 3? No. Is that okay? So false. False. So that's not false. So we go to Roman numeral number 2. Number 2. Number 2 says, is -2 less than x, less than negative, or less than +3? And I'm going to plug in -4 right here. Okay? Now, mathematically, that's what that says. Is -2 less than -4? Is -4 less than equal to 3? In simple words, you just say this. Is -4 between -2 and 3? Is it in the middle? So -2 is right here. The middle between those 2 numbers is right there. So is -4 between those 2? No. So false. False. Again, guys, I don't know if you appreciate what I'm doing. I'm showing you how to get unstuck if you're not sure. Okay, if you're not sure. Okay, part 3, which hopefully is this one, right? We said it has to be true for one. What did it say? X is less than equal to -2. Is -4 less than equal to -2? So remember, less than is to the left, right? So is -4 to the left of -2? There's -4, there's -2. Is that to the left?
Yes.
True. You get how it works, how to test it, if it's true or false? Yes, sir.
But the line under it is not the same.
Okay, so when we say it, it has to be less than, that's a really good question. Or equal to. So it doesn't have to be both. It doesn't have to be less than and equal to. It could be or equal to. So it's not equal to, but it is less than. Does that make sense? It's one of the two. Okay. Very good question. So, okay, everybody good now? Any questions? Okay, once you know which one is true, okay, that's half of the problem. The other half is easy. You pick the one that's true and you plug that number into that equation. That's how you pick which one to do. Okay? So since this one's false, I don't plug in that one. Since that one's false, I don't plug in that one. That one's a true, I plug in that one. Okay? So let's plug in, I'm kind of running out of space, I'll do it right here. But it says 2x plus 8, right? I'm gonna write it. So 2x plus 8. So I'm gonna do 2, wherever the x is, you put a parentheses always, okay? Whenever you plug in. Parentheses, plus 8. What am I gonna plug in that parentheses? Negative 4, right? So negative 4. After that, you just compute. That's what evaluate means. You just punch in the numbers. Okay, so 2 times negative 4, negative 8, negative 8 plus 8, 0. That's the answer to this question. Okay? Everything before that's the process of how to get to the answer. And I was very slow doing it, so you can kind of see it. But when you get the gist of it, it's really fast. Okay? Any questions right now, guys, that are sticking out to you? Okay, let's go to call this B. You can go to the side or you can work down on your paper. That's up to you, okay? So let's do it in parts. Right now, all I want you to do is determine where it's true. 1, 2, or 3. Okay, just 30 seconds, just by yourself. Determine, that's the first part. Where is it true? Okay, Lorenzo. If you don't know, we do it together. Okay, but can you tell which one's true out of the 1, 2, 3?
3.
The third one. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure that's right. Is 6 greater than 3? Yes. Or if you do a number line, is 6 to the right of 3?
Yes.
Yes. Right. So that means you plug into the third one. Right. So the third one is this. I plug in the 6 right there. Plus the 3. See how much faster it is? Like once you get to that answer. 6 plus 3 is 9. Square root of 9 is. That's your answer. Yeah. Once you get it, it's that fast. I had to slow it down. Okay. Do C. I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds just to determine if it's true or false. Now, if you feel real good already, like you got it, go ahead and go all the way. Get to the answer. But I'm more concerned right now that you know if it's true or false. Okay, Jahari, what do you think? Number 1, okay. Another class, they thought it was number 2. So let me address number 2 in case you had trouble with this one. Okay. Number 2 would say that negative 2 is in between negative 2 and 3. That would be true if this was equal, but it's not equal. Okay, so it's not in between those two numbers, so that's just false. But like Jahadi said, it is true. Negative 2 is less than or equal to negative 2. Negative 2 is equal to negative 2. So that's what's true. So we just plug it into this one. So it'd be 2 times negative 2 plus 8, which is negative 4 plus 8, which is 4. Good, guys? Any questions right now? No? Not bad, right? It's not bad. Okay, try number or letter D. Which one is it true for? All right, Brianna, what do you think? Which one do you think it's true? And if you don't know, we'll do it together, okay? Don't worry. One? Okay. I'm gonna test one out like without thinking about it. I'm not gonna analyze it. I'm just gonna test it out because that's what I want you to be able to do if you're not sure. So I promise I'm not even really thinking about it. I'm gonna put a -2. There's 0, there's -2. Right, 0, -2. This reads 0 should be to the left because that's less than of -2. So is this 0 to the left of -2? No, it would be to the right, right? So that's how you test it, okay, if you're not sure. Let's try number 2, Brandon, let's see. -2 less than 0 less than 3, okay? Here is -2 and then here's 3. So is 0 between -2 and 3? That's how you do it. Okay, see how you see when you do the number line? It really simplifies it. It takes that confusion away. Okay, so if you're not certain, please write that number line because you'll see it visually. So it's the second one, and so I just do 0 squared minus 3. 0 squared is 0, so 0 minus 3. -3, be careful, it is negative. Is that alright, guys? Yeah. Okay. I want to address something. Don't write this down yet. There's an issue that popped up a lot earlier in the classes when they plugged into this. Okay, so all I want you to do is think to yourself, what would you do first if you were like, let's say you already determined which one was true, you already plugged it in, now you're just computing those numbers. What would you do first? Just ask yourself that. Because there's only one right answer. Okay? Who feels confident about, no stick on that. What do you think you would do first?
You would multiply the -2, which times the -1 squared, which is just, well, actually you would square them first.
Good, you caught yourself, yeah. But what you said first, that is the most common mistake students make. They multiply those two, okay? But because of PEMDAS, and we haven't talked about PEMDAS together, but just briefly, okay, we'll talk about more detail later. P means parentheses, which means inside parentheses. There's nothing to do inside of that parentheses, so that's it. But E means exponent. So Braden's absolutely right. You have to square first. Now, my second question to you is, what is -1 squared? Don't say it out loud. Just think, what do you think it is? Who feels confident about that one?
It'll just be positive 1.
That is possible. Very common mistake, students put -1. But -1 times -1, negative and a negative? Positive. Okay, and then after that, it's pretty easy. You just now multiply and subtract. But they kept getting different answers because they were doing that out of order, so I wanted to fix that. Okay. Okay, guys, right now, you don't have to write nothing on your paper except if you want to do a number line, which, go for it. All I want to check, I think the plugging in part we're good about. Is this a true or false? So I just want you to tell me, like A, is it true on 1, 2, or 3? Just by yourself, don't think. I'll give you, 30 seconds to think. Because if you get that, you already have half of the problem. Which one is it true for? Okay, living, what do you think, 1, 2, or 3? 3, okay, so 3 would say 8 is greater than 5, or 8 is to the right of 5 on the number line, is that true?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so okay, try B, or F of 0. Now, when I say an answer, if you don't agree with it, like, let me show you why it is true. Okay, like, if you're like, no, I don't see that. Okay, Yadiel, do you have it already?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Yes, sir.
You think it's one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's 0 to the left of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Or money-wise, right? 0 is less than 1. So 1. Alright, try number 3. I think that'll be the last one. Just so that we can make sure. Alistair, I know you got up, but when you're ready, what do you think of f of 4? Which one would it be true for? Okay, so let's talk about it. Is 4, that's how you read it, is 4 less than 1? Think about money, right? 4 is not less than 1, right? So false. Let's do the third one. Is 4 more than 5? No. Is 4 between 1 and 5? Okay, that's how you pick. Okay. Questions, guys? 'Cause I'm about to wrap that up. Everybody feel okay about those? Okay. Now this